For anyone who knows me, you know that I love video games.
No shit.
But what you may not know about me is I'm also a really big fan of board games and tabletop RPGs. And there is no bigger convention for board games and tabletop than GenCon. So today I thought I'd give you a first-hand look into my most recent GenCon experience and my wife's first, show you all the cool things that we picked up, and I'll also share some tips for you if you're thinking about attending your first GenCon. Let's get started. So what is GenCon and who is it for? Well, GenCon is a massive convention that basically celebrates all things board game and tabletop. Over 70,000 people come out to experience what has been called the best 4 days in gaming. And after attending for now my third time, I gotta agree, I pretty much look forward to GenCon all year now. And this GenCon in particular was really special because my wife got to go with me. So who is GenCon for?
Standard nerds!
Pretty much. It is basically a celebration of all things nerd, and I am absolutely here for it. I attend a lot of gaming conventions throughout the year, most of them being retro gaming conventions, but if you told me I could only go to one convention each year, it is hands down just going to be GenCon. It's that epic. So GenCon next year will celebrate its 60th anniversary, and for the past several years it's been in the Indianapolis Convention Center. And man, when I tell you, this convention is massive. I think the numbers this year were around 74,000 attendees. And the conference itself takes up an entire hotel, the entire Indianapolis Convention Center, as well as the Lucas Oil Stadium, which is where the Indianapolis Colts play football. It is absolutely massive. As I mentioned before, this is my wife's first GenCon, and I'm glad she finally got to go so she could finally experience it for herself. Every year that I've came back, she's always asked me, what's GenCon like? What's GenCon like? And my response is always the same. I can't really describe it to you. You just have to see this for yourself. It really is just that epic. And speaking of size and scale, I want to take this moment to give a special shout out and a huge thank you to all of the staff and the GenCon team who bust their asses every year to make sure that we have the best convention we can possibly have. From the bottom of my heart, and I'm sure I could speak for gamers everywhere, thank you. So what do you do at GenCon? Well, you play games, and that's normally what I would do in my GenCon trips. This year was a little bit different as it was my wife's first GenCon, and I kind of wanted to hang out with her to kind of help her get acclimated because there's a lot of people here and it can be a little overwhelming. Now, there are a few ways to go about playing games. Obviously, you can just demo games in the vendor hall that they have set up, but the other way is to actually sign up for a scheduled event where you sit down and have a more deeper playthrough of the game. And my wife and I did do a few of those. And there were a few games that really stood out, and we ended up buying those games and taking them home with us. One of those games was Oasis, where you're trying to seed life on a new biome. Another highlight was a funny little game called Get Gnomed, where you basically play garden gnomes trying to steal ornaments from each other's lawns. And lastly, we got to demo the new Cyberpunk cooperative card game, which is not out yet. But after playing it, I immediately went and pre-ordered literally everything for this game. It was absolutely incredible. And really, there's more to it than just playing games. You can sign up for crafting classes, you can paint miniatures. Heck, one of the rooms even had a full-on wrestling ring set up, and they were having wrestling matches in there. There was a film festival. Unfortunately, I didn't get footage of a lot of these things because I didn't actually know they were happening. That's just another thing that tells you the scale of this convention. This is my third time going, and I still haven't seen everything. GenCon also has a massive vendor hall with over 800 vendors selling all kinds of things, from dice, to board games, to weapons, to art. Anything you can imagine, they're selling. On the vendor hall floor, you can also just stop and demo board games. And I cannot tell you how awesome it is talking to the developers of these board games and seeing how passionate they are about the games that they've made. It's not just people trying to sell you something, which of course they are, but you can really see the passion in these people's voices when they talk about this game they've created. I personally never got tired of hearing these game developers talk about the games that they put their passion into. Now, I mentioned this takes up the entire convention center, and when I say the entire convention center, I mean the whole thing. Literally every room is something going on with GenCon, whether it's games being ran, or vendors setting up shop, or special events. Literally, this entire convention center is all GenCon. Another thing that's just amazing about this convention is just the vibe. It's full of people that are just there to celebrate all things nerd, and I absolutely love it. Everyone's having a good time, and for as many people as that are there packed into this convention center, it's a surprisingly friendly environment. So if you are considering going to your first Gen Con, here are some tips I think will help you in your first Gen Con journey. Tip number 1, wash your ass. Seriously, take a shower. You are going to be walking a lot. It's the summertime. There's 70,000 people in this building. You're gonna sweat. So seriously, wash your ass. Tip number 2 is definitely wear comfortable shoes. As I mentioned, you're gonna be walking a lot. I ignored this tip my very first year and wore some really uncomfortable shoes. And when I went to stand up the second day, after walking around all day the first day, my feet logged out. They were done. My feet hurt the rest of the weekend, and I vowed at that time to never ever ignore that tip again. Tip number 3 is I would probably have your badge mailed to you. You do have the option of picking it there on site, but you will have to stand in something called the will call line, and that line be long. Now, as another credit to the Gen Con staff, they have that thing running like a well-oiled machine, so you'll get through it pretty quickly, but still, I personally prefer to have all my stuff mailed to me. That way I don't have to worry about that at all. Tip number 4 is just don't get overwhelmed. Take it all in. It is going to be a lot. If you're not an extremely people-y person, you're going to be overwhelmed at first. But just take a breath, give yourself some time to take it all in. I promise you, even though it's super people-y, the vibe will make it all worth it, and you'll be fine. Tip number 5 is spatial awareness is key. This is especially true in the vendor hall. Now, by spatial awareness, I mean a few things. 1, just watch where you're going. Secondly, if you are in the vendor hall, please do not wear a backpack that looks like this. Or this, if you can keep from it. If you do decide to forego this advice and wear this budget Ninja Turtle costume, please be aware of your surroundings when you decide to turn around. Because if you don't remember that you have this backpack on and turn around too quickly, you are most likely going to kill a small child. There are so many things that I didn't even get to see this year at Gen Con, and I'm really excited to be able to go back next year and explore more of this awesome convention. I'm super excited to take the wife with me as well, and I know she can't wait to go back next year. Interestingly enough, I thought that taking the wife with me would stop me from spending nearly as much money as I had in years past, but that wasn't entirely accurate.
Oh my God. I am never gonna financially recover from this.
That's really all I got. I'm already looking forward to next year's Gen Con, and if you're thinking about going to Gen Con, or if you've ever been before, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. And remember, whether it's cards or cartridges, on your TV or on your tabletop, stay healthy and stay gaming. We'll see you next time.
Well, bye.